You're angry with me. You think I made a mistake, bending the knee to Daenerys.
You left here a king and came back a consort. My anger can wait. Let's begin with an explanation.
We need her army, and we need her dragons. It's as simple as that. Bending the knee was the price I had to pay.
The price she demanded.
If you like.
What would she have done if you refused? Watched comfortably from Dragonstone as the dead slaughtered us like sheep?
Of course not.
I thought kings and queens had a responsibility to protect their people. Or does that only apply to those that demonstrate sufficient subservience first?
What exactly do you think happened? Do you picture me down on my hands and knees, grovelling at her feet?
Not exactly. I imagine you asked permission before you knelt.
Jon glares at her, but Sansa is uncowed.
When you had to choose between putting your crown or your people first, you chose your people.
And would do again?
Then why doesn't it concern you that she wouldn't even do it once? That asserting her dominion over the North was her first priority, defending it her second.
Nothing concerns me right now, except the Night King and his army.
That's a soldier's luxury. You only have to think about the next battle. But a leader has to consider the inconvenient possibility that we survive. A leader has to prepare for all the enemies still to come.
It's not the next battle. It's the only battle. You can't go through life thinking there's always going to be another enemy to fight.
Every time Father told us that winter was coming, do you still think he was only talking about the weather? There's always another winter, Jon.
Daenerys is not your enemy.
Everyone who isn't us is our enemy.
And in this new world view of yours, am I an us or am I a them?
Civilizations rise and fall in the time before Sansa deigns to break the frigid silence.
You love her, that's plain enough. But does she love you?
Why does it matter?
You wouldn't be the first man she's manipulated. Arya heard all kinds of stories across the Narrow Sea.
What stories?
How she seduced a Dothraki Carl into murdering her brother and stealing his dragons, then smothered her Carl in his sleep and claimed his men for her own. How she married a highborn Myronese to secure his titles, then had him butchered in the fighting pits by her sellsword lover.
None of that is true.
How do you know?
Because I know her.
And I know strong and calculating women with a thirst for power. You can't make it far in a world built for men if you refuse to use the best weapon a woman has.
You can when you have 3 dragons at your back.
Now she has 2 dragons at her back and a lovesick puppy at her heel.
That's not what this is. I bent the knee, aye, but I'm her ally, not a servant.
How do you know? How can you be sure she's not just using you two?
You want proof? All right.
Without another word, Jon turns and marches purposefully out of the room.
Jon!
Exasperated, Sansa follows quickly after her brother.